Well, we're here in Benidorm on a TUI holiday, and we've booked a trip with TUI to Guadalest and Polop.
Ooh.
It's a good word, isn't it? I've already had 2 polyps this morning. We're going to see what it's like. It's cost us, thank you very much, fans, it's cost us £28 each. We did explore the options of going on the bus and the options of going on a taxi. We will explain those a little bit later in the video. But we've got to meet at another hotel now, so we're just off there. We better get a crack on before it's too late. Anything you need to say?
No.
Brilliant, let's go. Adios.
Hola. Hola, buenos días.
I know, getting mixed up in my early.
So we caught the bus, and as you can see, Lisa's been practicing her Spanish. We booked this trip on the TUI app, and that was quite easy. It does say to print out your vouchers, however that's not necessary. I just downloaded it onto my phone, and they didn't even need to see that because they knew who they were expecting to pick up.
Yeah.
So here we are on the coach. We are off to Guadalest and Polop.
And it also came dead on time as well, didn't it?
It was bang on
time.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
We're just wondering now if we're going to be taken to a juicer demonstration where we're going to have to buy a juicer, or if we're going to go to a lace making factory where they'll keep us hostage just to see if someone will buy some lace or carpet or something else. I'm always concerned about these trips, but hopefully, having paid £28 a piece, we won't get any of that nonsense. Because your dad's had that with free trips, hasn't he?
Yeah, but that's been free trips many years ago as well, that was. Yeah.
If it was free though, we'd probably be on that one. Right, let's enjoy the journey.
So it didn't take long to get here, only about, 40 minutes or so, wasn't it?
And it's a lovely drive through the mountains, absolutely gorgeous.
And the guide was telling us a little bit about Guadalest as we were coming, about the history of it. It's only a really small little place, but it is so picturesque. And when we got here at the base of the village, she was telling us that they still come out and do communal washing here. They capture the rainwater and do their washing there, and they do all their gossiping and things. It sounds like really old village life, doesn't it?
Well, it is. It's like medieval, isn't it, this? So we've got about an hour and 20 minutes, so we'll get on and potter around and show you what there is to see.
Yeah.
Well, snow in Benidorm, that's not something that I thought I'd see. It was from a couple of cold days that we had earlier this week.
And she did say that the snow fell up here, but by 11 o'clock in the morning it had all vanished because the sun had melted it. So they only get snow about 4 days each year, and last week they had some. So we're quite lucky to see it.
Yeah, I don't think they'd have had any, we didn't have any in Benidorm.
Oh no, we certainly didn't get any there.
It's a lot higher here, so it's a little bit cooler.
Your ears do pop, it's quite higher. Spectacular. So there are cafes and shops up here. I didn't expect there to be. There's always a cafe, isn't there, wherever you go. You can always get a cup of coffee. And you can always get a fridge magnet. So it's €5 each to get into the Museum of Miniatures. If that's something you fancy doing. I don't think we've got time.
I don't think we have.
I think that is the only problem on this trip. We've only got an hour and 15 minutes here.
And also, I don't think there's any point in me going into the Micro Miniature Museum because I haven't brought my glasses with me. We're going to go and have a look to see how much it is to get into the castle now. I'm assuming there will be a charge. So we've just come into the museum. It has cost us €4 each, which isn't too bad, is it? That's
it's
very
not,
reasonable.
but something we need to tell you, you have to pay by card in here. You can't pay by cash, which I think is stumping a few people, which is very different to down in Benidorm where they prefer cash.
Cash talk, yeah.
There is such a lot to see in this place, actually. We're never going to get to see all of it because we've only got about 40 minutes left before we've got to be back on the coach, and we've just scratched the surface in here.
There's an art gallery, it's a temporary exhibition. So this is the way up to the castle. Are we nearly there yet?
We're at the top of the castle! And I'm out of breath.
Yeah, well done us.
So unfit.
Beautiful views up here.
It is, all I would say is we've practically had to run up here because of the amount of time we've got. This trip doesn't give you enough time here. You need more than an hour and a quarter to explore this village.
Yeah.
Definitely.
There's no way that you can do the castle and a museum
No.
in the time that is given, and have time to appreciate the views as well.
You need at least an hour at least in this place, and we've only got about 40 minutes. So we're here at the cemetery. I love coming to a cemetery. I find it fascinating just looking at the graves and thinking of the stories of all these people, what lives they've lived. Unfortunately, we can't go any further. The gates are locked. But yeah, it's always on my hit list, that is, a cemetery, wherever we visit.
Well, you'll end up in one day. You spend as much time as you want there then. But what a place to be buried. It's just a shame they can't appreciate the views.
Perhaps they can, you don't know. Perhaps they come out and have a party of a night.
Our guide told us that there used to be 50 people lived in the old town, and now there's just 5 live here full time. Most people live in the new town section.
But she said even then there's only about 200 people live here.
Yeah, it's a very small city. We can show you the new town section.
Something just worth mentioning, if you do come here, there are a lot of steps and they are cobbly, so wear good shoes, and if walking's a bit of an issue for you, you may want to have a rethink about coming up to the castle.
That was Guadalest.
Yeah, really lovely, lovely place, just didn't have enough time here.
We are rushing back now because we don't want to miss the coach. Otherwise it's going to cost us quite a bit in a taxi to go back.
Yeah, because the ways you can get here, you can get here in a taxi, and the guy told us it would be about €110 return. Or you can get here on the public bus for €4 each. Now that was going to be a great option, but there's only one bus a day.
One bus here,
and
one bus back.
And the bus drops you here at 11:10 in the morning, and you have to leave, what time was it?
1:30
1:30.
is the next bus and the only bus back.
Now we thought coming on an organised trip we might get a bit more time here, but we were wrong. If we'd have come on the public bus, it would have cost us a load less money, and we'd have had, over 2 hours here. So if I came again, I would definitely try the public bus. Your only problem is if for some reason that bus doesn't come, you are stuck here and you would have to probably get a taxi back.
Yeah. We're going to have a look though, because we've still got Polop to go.
Yeah,
we wouldn't have been able to go to Polop if we'd have gone on the public bus. So if Polop is a bit of a gem, then it'll be well worth it.
It will.
So stay with us and let's see what Polop is like.
Now Polop, you walk through the windy streets up to the top, to the castle, don't you? Which is like a cemetery. There's some great views up there. Very traditional Spanish village. Ooh, Giles nearly fell over.
Cobbled streets. But yeah, it's a very nice town square. Did I mention the writer Miro was born in this town? He was from Polop, and there's a statue of him right at the top, and some very nice views, as you'd expect.
The Spanish ladies on their doorsteps chatting. I just really love coming to places like this just to see the real Spain.
It is very different to Benidorm, isn't it?
Oh gosh, it's a million miles away from Benidorm.
So I think if you need a break from everything that Benidorm's got to offer, even just for half a day, it's worth coming out.
Yeah.
And I would say if you want to do Guadalest and Polop, there is another alternative, and that is to hire a car. So that's a consideration.
Yeah.
I've got some steps coming up, so I've got to be very careful now. There we go. See, at my age, I could break a hip. closer to 60 than 50.
Yeah, I nearly did.
Forgot the last step.